Hello everyone, my name is Arya Ajay Kursarkar and I am a legal intern at Lexis & Company. And I'm also a student of 4th year BLLB at GR Kari College of Law, Margao, Goa under Goa University. Today I'm going to be talking on the topic of uh, contracts in particular of marriage and their general provisions under the Portuguese Civil Code which is applicable in Goa. So general provisions of marriage start with Article 1056, which says that marriage is a perpetual contract made between two persons of different sex with the purpose of legitimately constituting a family. Article 1057 says the marriage shall be solemnized before the official of civil registration under the conditions and in a manner established in civil law. The provisions common to both the types of marriages, as per Article 1058, says that the following shall not be a contract of the marriage: minors below 21 years and majors interdicted of administering their persons and properties until they obtain the consent of their parents or of those who represent them in accordance with Article 1061. The guardian and his descendants with the ward, as long as the guardianship has not ceased and the accounts of guardianship have not been approved, except if the deceased father or mother has permitted it in his or her will or in any other authentic document. The relator spouse with the abettor convicted as such, any spouse convicted of committing or abetting the commission or murder or attempt to commit murder of his or her spouse with the person with whom or abetted the commission of the said offense or has contributed to the same, those who have the impediment of religious order or those who are bound by vows recognized by law. Article 1059 says that the contravention of the provisions contained in the preceding article shall have no effect other than making the offender liable to the penalties provided below. Article 1060, the non-emancipation minor or the major under guardianship who marries without the permission of his or her parents or of those who represent them shall be liable for the following penalties. The emancipated minor shall not take over the administration of its properties unless she attains majority, she being entitled only to demand necessary maintenance within the income of such properties. The majors under guardianship may take up the administration of their properties when the cause of disability ceases, and in other respects, what is laid down in relation to the minors shall be observed. The marriage contracted by non-emancipated minors or by majors under guardianship without the necessary consent shall always be deemed to have been contracted under the regime of separation of properties. Article 1061 says that in case of dissent between the parents in respect of grant of permission for marriage, the opinion of the father shall prevail. Where only one parent survives or where the other is under legal impediment, the consent of the survivor or of the one who is not under impediment will suffice, except when the survivor being the mother remarries and is not confirmed as administratrix of the properties of the son or daughter. In this event, the power shall vest in the family council. Where in the absence of the impediment of parents, their guardianship is exercised with the grandfather, the latter shall have power to grant or refuse permission. In the absence of impediment of the parents and grandparents, such power shall vest in the family council. Article 1062 says that in no case shall appeal lie against the grant or refusal of permission. Article 1063 says the guardian or his descendant who marries the ward in contravention of provisions of Article 1058, Clause 2, shall be prohibited from receiving anything by way of gift or will from the ward, and the marriage shall be deemed to be contracted under the regime of separation of properties. Further, the guardian shall be deprived of administration of the properties during the minority of wards. Article 1064 says that what is provided in the preceding article shall be applicable to all the persons mentioned in Article 1058, Clause 3 and 4 who contract marriage in contravention of the provisions of the said article. Article 1065 says the marriage contracted between Portuguese in a foreign country shall not have civil effects in the country, in case it is not contracted in conformity with the Portuguese law, except what is provided in the second part of Article 24 in respect of formal validity of the contract. The marriage, Article 1066 says, the marriage contracted in a foreign country between Portuguese male and foreigner female or between foreigner male and Portuguese female shall have civil effects in this country, provided that the conditions required by the Portuguese law are satisfied as regard the Portuguese spouse. Article 1067, the consent of the contracting parties to the marriage may only be given irrevocably at the very moment of its solemnization. Therefore, the agreement under which the parties agree with the title of betrothal, affiance, or any other to contract marriage in the future are null and void whether or not penal provisions are stipulated. The provision of the article does not, however, exempt the person who, due to promise of marriage, has received any gift or has authorized any expenses from being compelled to return them or to compensate for it if so demanded. Article 1068 says the consent to the marriage may be given through an attorney provided that the power of the attorney is special and expressly designated the persons to whom the marriage shall be contracted. Please do like, share, subscribe and comment on my video, and do like and subscribe on our channel LexClick, and make sure to press the bell icon to get notification when we post a video. Also, please give me a feedback on this video and previous videos which you can see on this YouTube channel. Also, if you have any questions related to this video or any previous videos, please post it in the comment section below. I will reply as soon as possible. Lastly, this video doesn't solicit any type of promotion or advertisement as per the guidelines of Bar Council of India, and the sole purpose of making this video is for educational purposes only. Thank you.